Welcome to BALTASAR GRACIÁN, the Pocket Oracle and Order Prudence presented by this channel. And just like last time, we're just gonna do this. And yes, I am wearing the same shirt. Don't call me lazy. So, without further ado, let's start this off. Now, just like last time, we're gonna go ahead and talk about these three aphorisms. The official word is apparently aphorisms. And right now, we're just gonna go ahead and talk about them. Man, I need a hat. Okay, there we go. Let's start this off. Now, I'm gonna go ahead from down with my top three. And first off, we're gonna go for my third listed aphorism. That's the best. And that is aphorism number 207. So let's get this started with. Now, aphorism 207 is like this. Practice self-restraint. You need to be especially alert for the unexpected, the sudden onrush of strong emotion. Let me draw that real quick. The sudden onrush of apparently very strong emotions causes good sense to go ahead and slip. And then there is the risk of ruin. You take things further in a moment of anger or pleasure than in many hours of indifference. Passions briefly running free sometimes means earning a lifetime of shame. The austere designs such temptations for prudence so as to discover the live land or someone's might. Now, I'm not going to read all this. Now, first of this is a little personal experience for me. A few days ago, I slipped after getting very excited winning over a video game, and then I hurt my toe because I was trying to crack the air inside of it, and I cracked my toe instead, not the bones. It just became a little bloody. That's it. It's going to heal. I just can't walk properly. Don't worry about me, guys. Anyways, with that, so basically it's saying don't go ahead and don't be too excited. Always be some form of like a little balance. A little balance. That's aphorism number 207. And if you don't really have any balance, well, you're gonna slip up and probably mess up. And let me take an example. So you're making something and you're so excited you slip up and accidentally. Does it actually happen to people in real life? The buzzer you're using goes ahead, you slip, and it cuts your hand. I quickly delete that drawing. Now, first off, yeah, I have experience of getting too excited and injuring myself. Sure, almost all of us did. My grandpa went ahead and cut his cut his index, just the little bit part, just this much of his index finger off, just because he accidentally slipped up. And he's very careful too. He didn't get too excited too. So the point of that aphorism is it's just like a little warning saying, don't let your emotions get overexcited or else you're gonna, well, harm yourself and then you ruin your day. My mom screamed at me because I, well, injured my toe. Not out of worries though. She was worried. Alright, next up is apophism number 156. Now, apophism number 156 goes ahead and reads like this. Choose your friends. They should become so after being examined by discretion, tested by fortune, certain not simply by your will, but your understanding. Although the most important thing in life is usually the one over which least care is taken. Some are forced upon us, some are literally forced upon us, some are just there with like little pure chance. A person is defined by the friends they have. Then the wise never make friends with the fool. Now, I'm gonna stop reading right there. Yes, there's more, and you should probably go read that for yourself. But here's the whole point of this one. Your goal in life, well, you are defined by the friends you have. If you choose wrong friends, well, their reputation will also snarmish you unless you break off the relationship pretty early. Very early, though. It has to be very early. Next thing that literally has to happen, though, is all those friends you get, you have to go ahead and choose them wisely. Don't choose them for how they treat you. Sure, this one gives you the reward, but this one gives you things that you want to hear. This one says nothing but criticizes you every time you do something wrong. This one says nothing when you do something wrong, but says things that you would rather hear. Then you thinking like how a little amoeba would think this is the perfect friend. But then they start deceiving you. Well, this one is trying to go ahead and save you. Instead of him, he should be your king friend, your best friend. So you have to choose them wisely. You have to choose them over discretion. You have to choose them over discretion, and you go ahead and choose which one is better than most. By literal pure chance, pure fortune, and they literally understanding you. And last but not least, what's number one on my list? Aphorism number 192. A truly peaceful person is a person with a long life. I'll read the whole thing. To live, let live. The peaceful not only live, but reign. You should see and hear, but remain silent. A day without an argument leads to a sleep-filled night. To live a lot and to enjoy life is to live twice. This is the fruit of peace. A person has everything who cares nothing about what matters little. There's no greater absurdity than taking everything seriously. Similarly, it's stupid to take things to heart that doesn't concern you, and not to take to heart those that are important. Now, first off, here we go. I'm gonna tilt my camera up a little bit. Here we go. Now, this apophism itself is pretty important by itself because it goes ahead and gives you things that you really need in life. Here, it's basically saying you go ahead. Read again. A truly peaceful person is a person who lives a long life. You go ahead and you're living a very peaceable life. You think that this is the only way to go, going ahead in the peaceful life. You have just what you need and the ones that you really care about. If there are some ones that you really cared about, but then you suddenly decide like, hey, you know what? I actually don't really care about them. You discard them and get something that you really care about too. You'll always have your needs too. You'll always have the food. You'll always have your water. You'll always have your daily exercise. Like, so you can get these bad boys. However, next thing that literally happens here is just some other things that can happen towards you too. There are people who go ahead and don't seem to really care about things, but they always have them because they can never truly let go. And if they do, they feel bad about it because they still remember the passion they had, that little spark of emotion. That spark of emotion is still inside there and it can always be reignited. But right now, it's not reignitable. So when they just throw it away, it seems like that little passion is reignited. But as soon as they literally have it back, the spark dies down. Sometimes the spark goes away entirely and they just deceive themselves into thinking there's this phantom spark when there really isn't one. So in those cases, best to throw it away and let go of the old. And so, these three are my top 3 aphorisms for week 2 of this. And this is the end of BALTASAR, GRACIÁN, the Pocket Oracle, and Order of Prudence. Next time, we're going to go ahead and do a little report on, the book. And I'll see you guys then. Until next time, now peace. Bye-bye. Peace.